Did you know that Johnny Depp actually enjoys making people uncomfortable? Yeah. You heard that right. The same man who charmed us all with his quirky, lovable Captain Jack Sparrow actually wants people to squirm around him. He even admitted it himself. Johnny says he used to look for fear in people's eyes. Because to him, that fear was a sign he was doing something right. Now, at first, that sounds kind of strange, doesn't it? After all, we've all been taught since childhood to make others feel at ease. To smile. To be polite. To fit in. Society tells us that it's our job to be agreeable and pleasant. To blend into the group and not rock the boat. But Johnny? He turned that idea completely upside down. And when you stop and think about it, maybe he was onto something all along. I mean, how many times in your own life have you held yourself back? How many times have you swallowed your truth just because you didn't want to upset someone else? How many times have you avoided speaking up, wearing what you wanted, chasing your dream, all because you didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable? If you're being honest, you've probably done it. We all have. We've all been in that situation where we think, oh, I don't want to cause a scene. I don't want them to look at me funny. I don't want to stand out. And so we shrink. We play it safe. We blend in. But here's the thing, the people who really make an impact. The people who get remembered. They don't shrink. They don't fit in. They don't mind if people feel a little uneasy around them. And Johnny Depp is living proof of that. In a recent interview, Johnny said that in the early days of his career, he'd actually watch people's faces. And he'd look for that exact moment when their expression changed. When they'd get quiet. When their eyes would widen or dart away. That moment when they weren't sure what to make of him. And when he saw that flicker of fear or discomfort, he knew he was on the right track. Why? Because he wasn't trying to be safe. He wasn't trying to play it straight. He was trying to create something real. Something raw. Something unforgettable. And that's the thing about discomfort, it's where growth happens. It's where art lives. It's where originality comes from. Just look at his most iconic roles. Edward Scissorhands. Remember how awkward and eerie that character was? He was quiet. Pale. His hands were blades. Everyone around him was nervous, yet no one could look away. That discomfort made Edward unforgettable. Then there's Willy Wonka. That odd voice. That unsettling smile. It was playful, but there was something just a little off. Something that made you lean in closer. And of course, Jack Sparrow. Unpredictable, slurring his words, staggering around the deck with that mischievous twinkle in his eye. People didn't know what he'd do next. And that unpredictability? That edge? That's what made him iconic. If Johnny had played those roles safe, would they have been half as memorable? Would we still be talking about them decades later? Probably not. Because when everyone around you is too comfortable, you're probably not being bold enough. And Johnny understood that better than most. Now, what can we actually learn from that? How do we bring a little bit of Johnny's fearless attitude into our own lives? The truth is, you don't need to be an actor to embrace this mindset. You don't need a camera crew or a Hollywood set. All you need is the willingness to show up as yourself. Even if it makes people uncomfortable. Especially if it does. I want you to think about the last time you said something that made a room go quiet. Maybe it was in a meeting. Maybe it was at a family dinner. Maybe it was when you stood up for yourself or for someone else. That silence? That awkwardness? That wasn't a bad thing. That was power. We've been taught to fear those moments. But what if we stopped seeing them as scary, and started seeing them as signs we're on the right path? One thing you can do, don't rush to fill the silence. When you say something true and everyone looks at you in shock, let it sit. Let them feel it. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to backpedal. Another thing, say the thing everyone's thinking but no one wants to say. You know that thing that everyone's too scared to bring up? Be the one who brings it up. Not to be cruel. Not to pick a fight. But to bring honesty into the room. People may not thank you for it right away, but they'll remember you for it later. And most importantly, trust yourself. Even if you feel everyone's staring at you. Even if you feel like you don't fit. That feeling? That means you're not conforming. And that's good. Because here's a secret most people don't tell you: when people are uncomfortable around you, it usually means you're not letting them put you in a box. And when you don't fit neatly into someone's box, they have to stop and pay attention. Blending in might feel safe. But it also makes you forgettable. Standing out? That takes guts. But it also makes you unforgettable. And you know what? People might not like you at first. That's okay. It's better to be respected than to be liked for someone you're not. I want to tell you a little story. A while back, I was at this party. Everyone there was dressed pretty much the same. Nice, but nothing special. Then this one guy walked in, and you could hear the room go quiet. He was wearing this wild outfit, bright colors, patterns, sunglasses indoors. Everyone stared. People whispered. Some even rolled their eyes. But here's the thing. He didn't care. He owned it. He walked in with his head high, smiling like he was right where he belonged. And by the end of the night, everyone wanted to talk to him. Everyone wanted a picture with him. Everyone remembered him. Because people admire the ones who dare to be themselves, even when it makes others uncomfortable. So the next time you speak up and people give you that look, smile. The next time you wear something bold and someone raises an eyebrow, smile. The next time you tell the truth and the room goes quiet, smile. That silence, that discomfort, that's your sign you're doing something right. That's what Johnny understood all along. He wasn't trying to be weird for the sake of it. He wasn't trying to scare people just to be scary. He was being himself. And being authentic can make others uneasy sometimes. That's okay. So let me ask you. When was the last time you made someone uncomfortable, and deep down, you knew it was the right thing to do? Maybe it was calling out something unfair at work. Maybe it was finally saying no to someone who always took advantage. Maybe it was chasing a dream everyone said you'd fail at. Or maybe it was just showing up as yourself in a world that keeps telling you to be someone else. Whatever it was, I want to hear about it. Share your story in the comments below. And if this video has inspired you to stop shrinking yourself, to stop trying to make everyone else comfortable at the expense of your own truth, then go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories and lessons from Hollywood, and from people who dare to be different. Oh, and if you want to see just how far Johnny's fearless attitude has taken him, check out the next video on the biggest risks he ever took in his career. Some of them are absolutely wild. So stay bold. Stay a little weird. And most importantly, stay unapologetically you. Because the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs you. See you next time.